Don't you just love hearing that music? Today is the last day of Chiefs training camp. The season is just about to start. We have Cody Tapp, who is the host at Sports Radio 810, and you're going to break down what we can expect from our Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, camp is officially over,
yeah.
So obviously into the rest of the preseason now, and kind of an exciting time for the Chiefs because they get their second preseason game on Friday, and this is when the starters start playing a little bit more, right? So camp ends, and this is the beginning of more and more football. Starters are expecting to go about a half. Or at least Patrick Mahomes, right, the one people want to see, expected to go about a half on Friday. Some of the other starters expected to go similar lengths of time as well. And so it's, you know, camp is kind of weird. Like, it's fun to be up there in St. Joe. And then, like, the closer we get away, obviously it's into September before you get a real game. But this actually feels like the break into real football action. So it feels
we're
nice
really going to get to see how they play and how the team is going to gel. Because we do have some new folks out there.
Well, and, you know, previous to last year, when they were coming into camp, they were returning 10 of 11 defensive starters. It's just not the same. They've got 3 new faces at the cornerback position. They've got Hitchens, which is new to this mix. They're working Barry back in, coming off of his injury, right? So there's just a lot of new faces on defense, and then they're taking over an existing offense that was top 5 in the league and changing quarterbacks.
Oh, I know.
And adding Sammy Watkins. And so there's just a lot of questions about this year's team versus the last couple of years. Andy Reid had been a lot of stability coming into it, you know, quarterback, new wide receiver, new defense, that'll add a lot to it.
All right, so what are your thoughts after seeing them play already?
Well, you know, I guess the first game was a bit lackluster, specifically offensively. You know, I think people were disappointed maybe they got beat by a backup quarterback for a couple of touchdowns. But still, the Texans had a good offense last year and only allowed 17 points to them over the course of a game. I can get behind that, certainly for a preseason game. Offensively, I think I was with Patrick Mahomes. You know, someone described his mood after the game as being like a little disappointed he was unable to get points on the board. I don't think it's overwhelming disappointment, but you know, you want to start seeing scoring drives.
Sure.
He still doesn't have a passing touchdown, you know, in his time in Kansas City, but he's also started 1 regular season game, a little bit of time in a couple of preseason games. We're talking less than 80 snaps. So just more development there. After seeing him, I feel okay. Like, it's still that really early phase. I want to see how much more comfortable they get, especially with opponents they know the next couple of weeks.
So you were at training camp. I mean, you watched them, you saw them. What are some thoughts in your heart about how this is going to go?
Honestly, you know, I feel pretty good about it. I still have questions defensively. You know, like in the defensive backfield, I still wonder there. And injuries with Sorensen going down and Barry, you know, battling through a little heel soreness, always have you worried. But offensively, it looks like it's going to work. I just don't know how you guard him. Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill. Even if with a first-year starting quarterback, I don't know how you guard everybody. And I think that's what's most exciting about it. You couple that with Andy Reid, one of the best guys at designing offenses in the NFL. I'm excited about what the offense can be. I don't think they're going to take a big drop-off. If they were top 5 in the NFL last year, I expect them to be pretty close to that again this year. I think a lot of how far they go will be how good can the defense be.
Good prediction. All right, we'll see what happens actually. All right. Thanks so much for coming and sharing.
No problem.
Be sure and watch 810 for sure.